As you guys can see, you can learn something new to help you in your dental practice journey. I'm ready for my next guest, and my team is ready to bring them up. And we're going to have someone who talks about something they definitely don't talk about enough in dental school: money. Cecil Staton of Arch Financial Planning, awesome key resource and sponsor, was at our Level Up event. Before I ask you about you, Cecil, give us a review, I can take it, of the event in Philly. What did you get out of it? Are you glad you came in person? What's the benefit of coming face-to-face to meet the Nacho community?
Well, great, Paul, and thanks for having me here today. So the event in Philly was really intimate and great. You got to have a lot of conversations with people at all stages of their dentistry career, all the way from student up to somebody who's been practicing for quite a large number of years in a very intimate setting. So you could learn a lot and actually interact with people, which I think is a bit unique. When you go to some of the bigger trade shows, it's a lot harder, I think, to connect directly with some of the doctors from not just your perspective, but also mine as a key resource. So I think that's really the benefit that you guys do. And you also do a great job facilitating those conversations and helping them grow along the way.
They started Food, Fun, and Friends in Philadelphia. So now you came once, you got to come all the time. Well, you have really helped our community as a sponsor with helping dentists understand financial fitness. You know, one of the questions I'm going to have for you is, what do you wish dentists knew more of earlier when it came to either retirement planning, working with a financial planner? I think you guys can commiserate, Cesar, because sometimes people say, "You're too expensive, I don't want to work with you." Well, we literally hear that every day. So dentists and financial planners are bonded that way. What do you wish dentists knew earlier in their career about financial fitness?
I think the biggest thing that you need to do earlier in your career is actually sit down and say, where do you want to go, and then take action on it. Whether or not you work with a financial planner or not, recognizing where you want to go, such as when do you want to purchase your first home? When do you want to purchase or start up a dental practice? Do you want to have kids? All of these things are big life events that have material financial impacts. And so just sitting idly waiting for them to come along and not proactively thinking about ways to optimize your personal finances is going to be a huge detriment to you by the time they show up and you're not ready.
And you know, we had Matt talking about team members not being ready for all the awesomeness that might get brought in from marketing. And that's a real thing, right? Any business, I was a restaurant server, 100 people walk through the door, even if they want to eat at our restaurant, it causes chaos, it causes confusion. What's really nacho nuts about being a dentist is you can go from being $300,000 in debt to making $300,000 a year in 3 years. How does this impact dentist? Or what, you know, it's harder than you think. Oh, it's so great to make all this money, but it can cause confusion. What do I pay next? How do I save for a practice? What are some best practices for dentists to think about?
So to be proactive about that, you really need to consider what you have. A lot of dentists have federal student loans, and those come with very, frankly, attractive repayment options that allow you to repay based on your income now. So that gives you the ability to save towards some of these other goals, such as having enough money to purchase a dental practice, buy a home, or things of that nature. So I think it's really just recognizing the resources that are there when you're looking at student loans. For example, you have to recognize all the government resources that are available to you, such as income-driven repayment, versus just comparing an interest rate in terms of whether or not you should repay your loans or refinance them. So really just taking a deeper dive into everything you have available to you is one of those critical pieces that people early on should be considering.
Yeah. So Kim, you know, I learned this from my podcast partner, Rob Montgomery. You know, paying off your student loans too quickly can make you a bad risk for buying a practice, because if you pay off all your debt and you have $4,000 in the bank, that's going to be a problem. And I actually never thought of it that way. And it's not really intuitive to think of it that way. So that's why we have these shows. As we kind of wrap up, anything you'd like to share about a client success journey, or anything that would help our audiences understand how to work with you, what it looks like to work with you? We'd love to hear more about that.
Yeah. So a couple of just different cases of how we work together with dentists. If you're the associate that's within 1 to 3 years trying to buy a practice, student loan repayments are starting up. What we really empower you to do is confidently be able to figure out your student loan repayment strategy and how that integrates within all of your other financial aspects of your life. We'll help you utilize that and your cash flow to help you accomplish other goals, such as purchasing a home or a dental practice. And then once you're in that practice ownership seat, what we do oftentimes is help you understand what's coming out of your practice. We help you integrate between your tax preparer, your estate planning attorney, your employment attorney, all your insurance advisors, all of these different things. We help you integrate and make sure that everybody's talking together, getting that one picture and moving you forward to help you grow your wealth and maximize your life, frankly, just outside of dentistry. So that's really how we add value. We do it through cutting edge technology and resources, but at the end of the day, it's personal finance. So you really get to sit down and get to know me, and I get to know you, and we help you make the best decisions moving forward.
I mean, I love that. As you were speaking, you help create clarity about the high cost of being a dentisting human being. I mean, being a dentist is a high cost. I mean, a dentist who runs a practice for 30 years that does $1 million a year, they're running a $30 million of revenue. That's very complex, and it's very different than other businesses. There are businesses where people bring in $250,000 a year and their expenses to run it are 60 and they make 190. Dental practices are the opposite in the number of vendors and the people. So when people text ARCH to 215-543-6454 to learn more about you, share with us, how could people reach out to you directly, and what does it look like for that first call or consult?
Yeah, great plug. I appreciate that. So in order to best get in touch with us, I highly recommend either texting the number below or just going to our website directly to learn more, archfinancialplanning.com. To get started, we have really a first call. It's all consultation on the front end are complimentary. We want you to get to know you to make sure there's a mutual fit. Can we provide the services that you're looking for? And frankly, do we all just get along and like each other, right? If you don't like your advisor, that's not a good start. So after we've done that, we really want to sit down with you, learn your goals, learn what you're actually trying to accomplish with your money. If you're just reading personal finance blogs off the internet, you're going to get a lot of generic advice. We don't give generic advice here. We give advice tailored to you. So we want to sit down, learn who you are, for your goals, get you organized on your personal finances by reviewing your tax returns, your student loans, your investments, your insurance, all of those things, making sure they're working for you, and build out a full plan to help you get to where you want to go. So
awesome. That's a great way to put, you should tell your dentist, Cecil, we make customized treatment plans for patients. They would think it's ridiculous if every patient got the same treatment plan. And it sounds like you do that exact same thing for your clients.
Customized financial treatment plan. Yeah, let's go with that.
Say that. Well, thanks so much for being on. Thanks for coming to Philly. Hope to see you at the next one. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Paul.